Alright, so today we are checking our hives because we're going to be splitting them hopefully today. And so this is the littlest hive that we have, the one that we got out of the tree, the feral colony. And this is pretty exciting because there is the queen right there. Where is she going? There she is. See that big one right there with no stripes? That is her. And we just saw her drop an egg in one of the cells. And also what's exciting is that we had given them a new box because they just really had this one box because there wasn't many of them. And they're actually drawing out comb in the new box. So see right there what they're doing. They're doing lots of hard work. So that's exciting that they're growing. And she is laying eggs. We were unsure throughout the winter that she wasn't laying any eggs. And there's the brood. Right there, and on this side, I believe. So, actually, she's doing good. So we were unsure in winter, but it looks like this queen doesn't lay a lot of eggs in the winter, which, because she was these were more wild honeybees, that would make sense, that they're going to be different than your other kind that you get. So it looks like she's going to make it, so we're excited. So our bigger hives are the ones though that we're probably going to be splitting right now. This one may be split later on, later spring, early summer.
Oh wow, so, look at that.
Look at all of that stuff. These bees are busy, busy workers. There's a lot of them, and they're doing what they do best, let me tell you. Okay, so we just pulled out the other frame and see those things coming out of them? That's very different. Those are drone cells. So those are, look at all the drone cells this one laid. She's crazy with them. This is amazing. Well, it is that time of year. But I mean, no, we haven't seen that yet before. So they're like definitely different. It's not really flat. They build it around it for the drones. So that's pretty amazing. And pretty soon we'll be taking out our apivar strips. We treated them with mites, so it's 41 or 42 days that it stays on there. So pretty soon it will be ready to take them off. They're just getting a little bit ornery, so we're smoking them to calm them down a little bit. But definitely don't drop it in front of the hive. That could upset them even more.
Be careful about that for me.
Okay, so this little hive, like I was talking to you about, this was their new box. And see that white stuff? They're drawing that wax. They're the ones putting that wax on there. So they are starting to draw out this new box. So we're switching the frames around a little bit. Like I said in one of my other videos, but in the pasture, it's getting in the 80s now. So it's definitely warm enough. And so we're just going to switch them around. So, you know, kind of spread them out, make them go to the bottom box and the top box to fill that up with brood and things like that. So that's what we're doing right now. And then we're also seeing, like I said, probably split those bigger hives, but not probably this one quite yet. Alright, so this is our second hive we're opening, and look how busy they are. Look at all that wax they're building. Even though they're building it upward, they need to be building it the other way, but that's how we're going to be switching the frames around. So they're wanting to build it on the top, so they're not probably going to the bottom much. So that's why we're switching those empty frames from the bottom up to the top. So then they can build all that wax onto the frames. But they are been so busy. Busy bees, busy like a bee. Let me tell you, bees are hard workers. Very hard workers. So let's see what happens, what we find when we pull these ones out. Lots of bees. Nothing on that frame really.
Queen cup.
Oh, there's a queen cup, so they're probably wanting to, it's empty though, but that means we wanted to split these, so that's probably a good sign that they're getting ready to want to split, so, or swarm, so then we'll split them before they swarm.
A little bit of babies.
Oh, look.
Oh.
What they're on top of.
Yep.
Another queen cup.
Yep, we're going to have to check that one out.
So we found another queen cup in this hive. So definitely that means they're getting too crowded.
It's awful
See?
high. It's empty.
It's empty, but it is another one.
The babies in there.
And
so
babies
queens,
in
yep,
there.
queens
So
somewhere.
we found some baby bees. So she
Pretty
hasn't
good
left
larvae.
yet. She didn't leave yet, which is good. Well, look how many bees are in here. Definitely. She's still in here somewhere. We'll show you guys when we find her. Okay, so this frame that we found, see those two open things right there? Circle things? Those are swarm cells. So this is why we're going to split this one right now. So we're going to take this frame and we're going to put it in an empty hive that we have ready for them. Now we saw a lot of drone cells, we saw a lot of babies, a lot of eggs,
Yep, we're going to take
a lot of
one
larvae.
too.
So we're going to put this into the new hive. This is how we are splitting this hive. This is how we're going to do it. We're taking frames from it and splitting it into the next hive, and then we're going to either buy or give them a queen, or we're going to let them raise their own queen. We're going to have to still decide that. So, but definitely they are so ready to be split. So we're so excited. This is amazing.
Oh,
See all that
queen
honey
cups.
and babies and
colony.
drones, pollen. These
Oh,
bees
wow,
have it
look
all.
at those.
These bees have it all. Let me tell you, they have it all. So we will show you, or I guess we're going to put that one in the new hive.
Yep.
Okay, so that one's going to go in the new hive.
3 frames of bees.
Okay, so we're going to take 3 frames of bees.
And then 2 frames of resources.
And 2 frames of resources to start the new hive. And of course, though, you don't want to really take the queen.
Oh, there
So-
she is.
There she is. So we're not going to take this
Yep.
frame,
No.
of course, because she
So
is
we know
the
where
queen.
Mama's at.
Yeah, we got to keep her in this one.
Yeah, we want to get her isolated if we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll be right back to show you once we have completed switching this out.
So we
Okay, so what we're actually going to do is we found the queen in this frame right here. So we're going to actually take her to the new hive and split them that way. Instead of leaving her in the old hive, we're going to take her and then the other frames of bees and the 2 frames of resources, and we're going to start the new hive. So that it's the other hive, the old hive, that will need the new queen. So,
they should raise her because they have their own.
yeah, and they will raise their own queen because they already had those queen cups and those swarm cells. So, and they had eggs. Yeah, because we saw eggs, we saw larvae, we saw queen cells, we saw swarm cells, drone cells. Like I said, that hive had it all. So now they're just going to be split so they have more room. They're going to get a new queen over there, and then the old queen will be in this new hive, and they'll be happy. They'll start just keep doing what they do.
Here's a good frame of resources.
And here's a good frame of resources that we're
Nectar.
going to be giving them, nectar and honey with some bees on it, of course. So it's going to go in there. Okay, so we're just, for this hive that we just split, see the light colored frames, so it's those new empty 5 frames. This was the original hive. So we took 3 frames of brood, 2 frames of resources that were filled up, and of course had bees on it, and the queen was on one of those frames. We took her to the new hive which is over here, that far frame, or that far hive with the white lid. That's where we put them. And we gave the original hive, those 5 empty frames for them to draw out. And they're going to raise their own queen, because we did see queen cups. They were empty, but there were day-old eggs in there. So then that means they will be able to raise their own queen. So this one will be perfect. And then the other hive, of course, that has the old queen in it, now they can have that new hive right there. And actually we're going to put them right here next to the old hive. So we'll move them over here. And then they'll have the empty frames as well to start rebuilding a new hive. And this is just April 14th in Iowa. So this is a great day for this. The bees were ready and we saw that. So keep watching as we progress through these other hives.